Hello, beautiful, and welcome to the Prosperous World. So, how do you position your high ticket coaching offers? How do you stand out when you're working with high end coaching clients? How do you naturally and supernaturally attract the people to you, premium high end coaching clients who are willing to invest in their health or their relationship or their business at the highest level to co create exponential return on investment? How do you position your business to be that when everyone in the industry appears to be an expert? They all have Amazon best-selling books, and so you step into a niche and you think, I can't do this because that person has been doing it for 10 years, or this person has been doing it for 20 years, or that person has an Amazon best-selling book. How can I charge $500,000 when that's the value of my work? But I'm afraid to charge that because who's going to pay for that when I'm not an expert? So how do you position yourself to be that go-to lighthouse that changes lives, that impacts, that makes a difference in the world? One of the things I learned as a litigator, about 30 years in the legal industry, one of the things I've learned is that we need to stop looking at our industry peers to determine how we move in our business. We need to stop looking at people that we call our competitors to determine how we be and who we be in our service-based businesses. All right? That's the first thing. When we're creating our content, it's not what is she doing, how much is she charging, what is she saying. It's what do you think? What do you believe? What is your frame of reference? What is your thought? What do you think about this? How do you think about this in a way that shifts your client's perspective and rocks her world? That's the only focus that needs to be there, because when you partner with God and the Holy Spirit, it comes through you. It channels through you. You don't need to look to the left or the right. It comes through you. That's just the first thing. The second thing is we need to stop looking at frequently asked questions. If we focus on frequently asked questions, my former mentor in the legal industry used to say to me, we'll all be riding faster horses. And we all know where that came from. So stop looking at frequently asked questions. I'm not saying don't look at them and then go on YouTube and create a video on how to. Yeah, we need to do that. But at a higher level, as high-end coaches working with high-end coaching clients, there's also another perspective to look at other than frequently asked questions to position our content and our offers. About 20 years ago, I was doing construction litigation and working with a construction company, and they were in litigation over some big issue. And I remember the head of the company said to me, the problem, Mimi, is as an attorney, you're looking at this from a different perspective, and you're asking questions that are basic questions. You need to look at the questions that should have been asked before this construction went up. There should have been asked questions, and the questions that piss you off enough that you don't make that mistake, that piss you off enough and activate the Caleb and the Ruth in your client to get up and do the thing because their problems are pissing the heck out of them. So what are the questions that your clients should have asked but don't even know because they think they want a faster horse? You are the coach and you have your tools. We all have the same coaching tools. We're all life coaches in different niches, right? But you don't hide your expertise, your skills, and your experience in a hole when you come to coach so you can dance in the moment with your clients. We all do that. But you bring with you your expertise. You bring with you your skills. You bring all of those with you so that you frame those challenges, those aspirations, those problems, whatever it is you're co-creating with your clients. The frame of reference is your expertise inside of the tool. And with your expertise inside of the tool, what question should have been asked? That becomes your calling card in the business. When I was a trial lawyer, my mentor always, no matter what client meeting we're in, if the client asked a question, he always said, Mimi, can you pull that article that we wrote about that and send to the client? And he's always said to me, stop handing out your business cards. When a client asks a question, when we meet someone, we learn about them. We learn about who they are, what they want, and then we send them something valuable that we have written that can change their perspective about the case. That's what we do. So in my coaching business, that's what I started doing. I don't have business cards. When someone asks a question, I send them the article on LinkedIn. I send them the article to the email. Whatever the question is, I always say, oh yeah. So I did a YouTube video on that. It's video 255. Check this out. It has answered to your problem. And that is how I support clients also. But not one of the ways, one of the many ways that I support my own coaching clients in whatever niche they're in to position themselves as the leader, not the expert. Because again, we're coaches. We're coaches. We're not here to do the thing for them. We're not consultants. So this is how we position ourselves as leaders in the industry, as lighthouses that call forth and supernaturally attract the clients who want to go to. So I always say focus on leadership positioning. And I think in the coaching industry, leadership means, oh, they wear a suit and, they don't do this and they look like this and they sound like that and they wear that. No, leadership means positioning of the stuff that you give out, the value that you give out, so people see it and say, I need to go deeper with this. How can we go deeper with this? How can I get more of this? So you send it out with a call to action. If they want more, where do they go? What link do they click on for more? Okay? Again, when we're creating content, it's not just how does my horse go faster? It's here's this thing, it's called a car. And this is how it moves. And then they look at the car and they get pissed. All this time I've been doing this and I could have been doing that. All this time I was investing in this and I could have been doing this with you. That's what positions you as the high ticket coach. You don't have to be on TikTok, on social media, and all the places. Just create a body of work in one place, at most two places. Okay, I chose YouTube. I chose my blogs. So I do blogging and I do YouTube and I email this information out. And I share this information, my email list. So you choose what works for you and then use that as your business card to share the value that God is sharing through you in the world. And that is how you structure content. That's the framework for structuring the content, for deciding what blog posts you're going to write about, what you're going to write about, where you're going to choose your marketing platform, why you're going to choose that marketing platform. It determines a lot of things that make life easier, and it becomes a systemized way of doing things that gives you more time, more freedom, more impact, and more profits. Let me know how this lands for you. Hit subscribe and come back for more.